Welcome to the Fill in the Blanc podcast. It's a sunny day. Spring is coming. We are starting to see if the groundhog in Punxsutawney is a liar or a truthful one. Spoiler alert, they're all liars. Season 2, episode 136 from March 15th. David Allen Grier promotes a movie that I can't say the name of, but I could say part of it if I was describing the African American Museum for Baseball Players or the Baseball Museum for African American Players, like Satchel Paige. But it's an American Society of Magical People. Don't want to insult souls. Monica Mangin helps us celebrate National Crafting Month. Who the hell decided to make a whole month dedicated to crafting? Was this Kamala's thing? Oh, maybe George Bush. He's not really good at doing anything else. He sucks at sports. He's not really any good at driving or operating heavy machinery. Not good at math. You could tell by looking at his daughter and the way she fucking acts. Like, you think Jenna Bush got into University of Texas based on her academic merit? Nah, I think Daddy and Granddaddy made a nice donation. I'd love to watch an episode of Are You Smarter Than a First Grader with Paris Hilton and Jenna Bush going against each other. That'd be fucking hilarious. And so, yeah, let's get started with some end of Nightline. And I love you all. Make sure to like and subscribe. Jesus Christ.
And finally tonight, a set list in the desert. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour has dropped on Disney+. The show includes an amazing acoustic performance of I Can See You. The demand for tickets to the history-making Eras Tour nearly broke the internet. The cinematic release of the show had fans lining up and decking out in Swiftie regalia. Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, Taylor's version, is streaming now only on Disney+. And that's Nightline for this evening. You can catch our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here, same time Monday. Thanks for the company, America.
And kiss my ass.
And safe.
Odyssey Roofing Spring Sales event is here. Get a new...
Oh, that's what we're not doing.
Also, it's the music and culture event that forever changed the city of Atlanta. Jermaine Dupri and Uncle Luke in our studio on their new Freaknik documentary debut.
And star Adam Richmond is here with the blast.
Ooh.
And that's Nightline.
What?
And means higher taxes for homeowners. Trust Mayor Johnson with more taxes? Just vote no.
That's what's
Odyssey
coming
Roofing
up.
Spring.
That's what's coming up on the show that starts at 12. All right, we've seen enough.
Plus.
It's live with Kelly and Mark. Today, film, television, and stage star David Allen Grier. Plus, fun and easy crafting ideas for the whole family. Also, we check in with our amazing viewers on another edition of The Inbox. All this are live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Marcus Sliver.
Hi, it's Friday, March 15th, 2024. Happy birthday, Albert Bianchini.
Albert Bianchini, happy birthday.
Used to work here.
The Ides of March.
The Ides of March. Yes.
Right.
Yep.
perfect birthday for him.
It really,
Yes.
it really, really is.
I've got a poll on what's sexy for men.
Woo.
And more importantly, what's not sexy for men. So, when it comes to sexy, sartorially, it's a very broad term. So 22% of interviewees think men over 50 look sexy.
Thank you.
Didn't finish the sentence.
Oh, okay.
Only 22% think men over 50 look sexy in sneakers.
Oh.
So
Only how many percent?
I'm eyeballing some of you in here. Only 22%.
Okay.
8% think they're not sexy.
So wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Keep that
Keep
in
going.
mind. A mere 3% of participants named ankles as the sexiest body part a man can reveal.
Yeah, I agree. Ankles, no.
Yeah, they're not.
Am I seeing any male ankles today?
Mankles.
Any mankles? No? Okay.
Okay.
Men's jewelry was deemed relatively unsexy by 47% of those surveyed, which means that, a larger percentage deem it sexy.
I like a nice little chain.
Baggy clothes, even less alluring, with 65% of the survey sample giving them a thumbs down.
Oh.
You are frequently in baggy clothes.
Like when? Like when I'm in my sweatpants at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, so are you.
This is not about me, this is about men.
Okay. All right, we'll do what men find sexy tomorrow.
41% of the group agreed that black clothes are generally a sexy bet.
Yeah, black.
Yes.
I wear black a lot.
Yes. Your baggy clothes are black. And glasses, 75% say glasses were usually always sexy.
Yeah.
Okay? So
All right, so we had to talk about my shoes.
Yeah.
Yes, speaking of
My shoes. We were
your
talking about
sneakers.
sneakers. I love these sneakers. All right? These sneakers. Which camera? This one right here?
Yeah.
This is a cool sneaker you can wear with a pair of jeans, some athleisure. You can wear it with what I wore this with a suit once when I forgot my shoes. My wife hates these shoes. I think they're a cool sneaker. Is everybody okay with these? Right? They're not that offensive. You know what I like about them? They have like a wide toe box. Let your feet spread out. They actually have like these things in here. They're ribbed for my pleasure. Feel that? You feel that? They're like little massage things. They're like, hi, Mark, hi. I love them. They're great. My feet, my toes don't hurt. I can run around. They're flexible.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Okay.
I like that they make you happy.
I'm sure you do. I can hear it in your voice. Hey, you know how you get annoyed when your little thingamajob on your finger says you need to walk around and you need to move? You haven't moved.
My ring.
It's get up. You haven't moved in 18 hours.
No, it tells me that if you have to take a long flight, we've been traveling a lot with the show.
Yeah, and you're sitting down for 7 hours.
And so sometimes you have to be seated for 7 hours with your seatbelt safely fastened in case we encounter turbulence. And my ring will tell me that I have been horribly inactive, and I feel like my ring is judging me, and my ring doesn't have all of the institutional knowledge that it needs to have. Like, I'm getting on a plane now, I'm flying to London, you don't have to tell me I've been inactive, I know.
I'm with your ring. Listen, it says, how they say 10,000 steps, everybody's going for this 10,000 step thing. They say 5,000 steps. Is what you should do. And you should do it maybe 3 times a week, 5,000 steps. So that's about, 2.5 miles?
Yeah. And that'll extend your life.
It extends your life by 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but let's think about the quality of those last 3 years. It's not like you're reliving 18 to 21.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going from 89 to 92. Okay.
It's true. Or 97 to 100. Like, yeah.
At a certain point, you're like, just, let me go.
Hey, listen, audiences are back.
Yeah.
Audiences are back.
Best way to make our audience applaud is to
Yeah.
mention the word
Concerts.
Mention the word audience.
Pop concerts increased by 65%.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Swift probably had about 45% of that increase. Orchestra sales rose 2%.
How about that?
Museum attendance is mixed. Sports fans are really, really back in huge amounts. But Broadway still needs a little help.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah, Broadway. And there's so many great shows. If you're visiting in New York,
Broadway
there's
is where
so
it's
many,
at.
There's so
That's
many
where the
great
talent
shows. So many things. So support Broadway. Love it. I love going to plays. It makes me really, really happy.
greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
feel
love
like
going-
you're really seeing something unique.
You love going to plays
I love
on a
it.
work night.
I
I
love
prefer
it.
going to plays on a weekend.
Yeah.
He would rather go during the week, but to me, it's like the idea of
The weekend, yeah, I like to get maybe avoid the weekend, but during the week I like to see it so I can talk about it on the show.
yeah. No, I understand that. For me, I have such anxiety about not being able to wake up for work the next morning. Because
Right.
if you see a really great show, you're all hopped up. You want to talk about it for 2 hours after you've
That's
seen
true. That's true.
And so I-
Keeps you up.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Couples are embracing the DINK label.
What's that mean?
Dual income, no kids.
Oh, yes.
There's also DINK WAD, which is dual income, no kids with a dog.
Ah.
We know a couple of
Oh,
those.
see, a dinkwad is what I thought you called Kelly's twat when she was using it to seduce you to make stupid dinkwad children. That's what I thought a dinkwad was. I thought that was your nickname for your kids when they were 4 years old and they couldn't crawl yet. And when they were 9 years old and they couldn't ride a bike, and when they were 12 years old and they were still shitting their they were still pissing the bed and couldn't wipe their ass. Who are those? Those are the dinkwads. It's all due to Mark's father's side of the family.
That's true.
And so
Keeps you up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Couples are embracing the DINK label.
What's that mean?
Dual income, no kids.
Oh, yes.
There's also DINK WAD, which is dual income, no kids with a dog.
Ah.
We know a couple of those.
Yeah.
We know a couple of those. They used to not like it, but now people are embracing it. Yeah.
I mean, economically, it's
Everything is more expensive now.
Yeah. I mean, those kids are so expensive.
Kids are so expensive.
I don't even want to even go through what schooling. Forget about wardrobe costs in New York City. Private schools.
Well, the good news is we had 2 boys
Right. Who wore sweatpants all
and
the time.
just the 1 girl. People with more than 1 girl, I don't know how
Yeah,
to do
you're
it.
screwed.
I mean, not to gender stereotype, but girl, if the kids, when they were kids, if the boys only knew how much more money we spent on
The
the
girls.
girl than the boy,
That's true.
they would be outraged.
Just in hoodies.
Yes, yeah.
Well, at least look on the bright side. At least you get a good discount on. Look on the bright side. At least you get a good discount on maxi pads and tampons. You just go to Sam's Club and be like, "Yeah, I'll take those 5 pallets over there."
Than the boy,
That's true.
they would be outraged.
Just in hoodies.
Yes, she had a hoodie collection.
Just hoodies.
And then she needed a wardrobe rack for the hoodie collection.
They're
Because
still there, by the way.
the hoodies from 7th grade still hang in her bedroom.
Yeah.
She's like, it's art.
It's not art.
She doesn't live at home anymore. We should take over that bedroom.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That should be my snoring room. Although the bed's not that comfortable. I slept up there once. Not that you and I slept up there once.
Oh, yeah.
When your mom
that's
was
right. We
recuperating,
slept. Yeah, we slept.
It's not
yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
That bed's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should get a new bed in there and make it comfortable.
And make it my snoring room.
Make it your snoring sanctuary.
I'll need more than that. I'll need, big TV,
Soundproofing.
No, I can get into that.
I'll need to soundproof the floors.
Whoa.
It's funny, our neighbors are doing construction next door to us, and there's a jackhammer that sounds exactly like Mark snoring. So sometimes I think that Mark has fallen asleep like in the bathroom. I'm like, where is it coming from? He's snoring somewhere in there. But it's the next door, it's the jackhammer.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got a huge show today. David Allen Grier is here.
Also, Monica Mangin is back today with some fun and easy craft ideas. Crafting with Mangin.
Crafting with Mangin.
Yeah.
That's right. It's the reason you all showed up today. It's the time of the show that everyone anticipates with bated breath. It's time to play.
Cheater. He's already
Let's
describing
say
how he's
hello
going
to
to cheat.
Steve Brown from Scottsville, Michigan, who watches the show on WZZM. Good morning, Steve. How are you?
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Kelly.
Good
Hi,
morning. Hey, Scottsville, Michigan. Is that near Ann Arbor?
No.
No, we're on the pretty side of the state, the West Coast.
For the rich people.
So that's how it is.
So this is gonna be a very antic stump, Mark.
Yeah. What do you?
Well, you guys need to visit over here. The beaches are beautiful.
You got enough money to afford the vacation houses. You got enough money to afford the housing. I don't know what's stopping you.
Over here, the beaches are beautiful.
Unless you're only pretending to like Michigan because you made a sizable donation to not only get your kid into the school, but to give him a pity position on the wrestling team that he didn't deserve because he's not talented enough to make it on his own merits.
Yes, they are. You're right. I know about those beaches. Hey, listen. What are you eating there? It looks like you're eating a steak.
No, that's a pretzel at one of my.
It's a pretzel.
A monastery in
You
Germany.
fucking moron. What a dipshit. A steak. You think this old guy's just eating a 24-ounce steak with his bare hands walking down the street? Not everyone's a fucking monster weirdo fucking like you and your family DNA. Jesus.
Hey, listen. What are you eating there? It looks like you're eating
Not
a
everyone's
steak.
a caveman.
No, that's a pretzel at one of my. At a monastery in Germany. They just happen to brew beer there as well. So,
okay. Yeah.
so beer and a pretzel.
A beer brewing monastery with soft pretzel? Heaven. Get it? Heaven.
What?
All right, Steve. You know how this game works. You've given me two statements. One is true and one's not. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you're going to win this. Here are Steve's two statements. I have golfed with Tiger Woods.
Why? He doesn't golf with anyone.
Or I was in the opening scene of the movie Benji the Hunted.
All right, Tiger. I mean, unless he golfs with Tiger Woods when Tiger Woods was like 12 years old or 16 years old, and his dad would take him on golf courses or something, or something like that. So that could be, but I'm just going to base on the percentage say that's the lie. Because as an adult, Tiger Woods isn't that type of person. He ever since his dad was taking him golfing at 18 and going into trailers, getting drunk and having sex with prostitutes and girls on the cart, like girls that would be the beer ladies and stuff. He'd be pulling them aside and giving them money for like blowjobs and stuff and cheating on Tiger's mom, the nice Thai girl. And the Benji, who fucking knows? Back then, why not? If he's rich enough to fucking live on the western side of Michigan where all the rich vacation homes are, he might come from a family of privilege. And if he grew up in California or knew someone, the opening scene, he didn't say he was a star of the movie. He didn't say he had a speaking role. He's in the opening scene. I've never seen the movie. What if the opening scene is the kid running through a playground and there's like 15 kids on camera playing in the playground? He could be one of those 15 kids. So I'm going to say it is true that you were in the opening scene of the movie Benji the Hunted with no cheating, no search engine, no questions, no advantage.
Did you see that movie?
No.
That movie was in 1987, 37 years ago. What did you play in the scene?
I was an extra. As they brought Mr. N up from the to bring him in on camera, I was talking to my I was in the service at the time. I was talking to my
See,
command.
right now, you're basically giving it away because no one just like if you're gonna pick this as the lie, you better have the fortitude to go on a search engine and look up the movie and find out facts and create a very elaborate lie story. Because not if you didn't, you're just telling him this is one hell of a lie if you're making this all up. So I hope that you went through the trouble of writing this story, crafting it, memorizing it, or you actually watched a movie and you know the opening scene. So because right now you're screaming that this is the truth because this is very elaborate and this isn't like a very broad. This is like one of the best movies of all time.
To bring him in on camera, I was talking to my. I was in the service at the time. I was talking to my commanding officer. We filmed it at the station I was at.
Okay. All right, cool. And 37. How old were you 37 years ago?
Let's see. I would have been about 25.
Okay, that works. I know that scene. I know
62.
that scene very well. Just watched it. You didn't have those orange. You didn't have one of those orange rain suits on, right? No. Police officer.
They're float coats. Yeah, I was in the Coast Guard. Yeah.
Yeah, Coast Guard.
You don't have any questions about golfing with Tiger Woods?
Everybody plays with Tiger Woods. Everybody's done that.
No, really?
He's gonna say, "How was he?" Oh, he was nice. He was serious. He didn't talk very much. He played really well. I mean, what else can he say about Tiger Woods? It's just gonna.
That he's a cheating scumbag. So Mark's strategy is to just basically focus 100% of the time on one question and then use process of elimination instead of splitting the time and learning 50% about both answers. He'd rather get 100% of one answer. Okay. All right.
He played really well. I mean, what else can he say about Tiger Woods? It's just going to be a lie. So, Steve, you know what? I love Benji. I love that movie so much. So I think you were in the opening scene of that blockbuster, Benji the Hunted.
I agree.
Woohoo! I'll take that. My t-shirt is size medium, Mark. You are wrong, Mark.
A medium. Look at that picture. Maybe a double X. Who are you fooling?
Woohoo!
Unless that picture was taken like 3 years ago, and ever since then he's taken a couple of Ozempic shots because Oprah told him to.
That. My t-shirt is size medium, Mark. You are wrong, Mark.
Maybe he knows Oprah. Oprah has a vacation home on the western part of Ireland where all the pretty beaches are and said, I recommend you take Ozempic and eat all the pretzels and beer you want. The Oprah diet plan. Eat all the junk food you want and take Ozempic.
I'll take that. My t-shirt is size medium, Mark. You are wrong, Mark.
Oh, sir, I'm not sending you a size medium.
Steve, thank you so much. You have made my weekend.
Congratulations, you won the mug. You won the t-shirt. Steve, we can win you a valuable trip. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia.
Whoa. You know it's better. It's that time, homie. Love me?
That's Terry Hamrick from Lake in the Hills, Illinois.
Oh, God, embarrassing.
Steve is playing for.
All right, so now we're going to see how you guys think I dance. I'm going to copy what she did from Illinois, and then you get to rate me on a scale of 1 to 100.
That made my weekend.
Congratulations, you won the mug. You won the t-shirt. Steve, we can win you a valuable trip. It's time for Warm It Up Travel Trivia.
Warm it up, Chris. Here we go.
That's Terry Hamrick from Lake in the Hills, Illinois.
Why is she doing that?
Steve is playing for. All right.
Weird.
Okay, Steve, you're playing for a trip for two to the St. James's Club and Villas in Antigua. 7 days, 6 nights in a royal suite. It's all inclusive. It's a prize valued at $8,000. You have 20 seconds and only one guest. Steve, good luck.
All right, Steve, earlier this week, we talked with Bo Bridges. Which of Bo's children did we say made an appearance on Live 25 years ago?
Zeke.
Yes!
Oh, Zeke. It was Zeke, the little shit that's untalented. I was gonna say Ezekiel, but you beat me because you said the shortened nickname version.
Experience an authentic Caribbean vacation at the all-inclusive St. James's Club and Villas in
People,
Antigua.
don't you know his name is Zeke. He does not to be called Pete because that reminds him of Pete Davidson. He is not his Pete. He likes to take a leak inside a pool that's in a rich house on the pretty part of Western Michigan. Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. Now look at him being a dickhead.
Congratulations, Steve. Triple winner.
Triple dinner.
Thank you very much. We love you guys. Watch you every morning.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
Appreciate
Steve.
Now listen, you get to make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive a $500 gift card from Bed Bath and Beyond.
87, because that's the year Benji came out.
And 127.
The one he wasn't in. Come on.
2 for my 2 grandchildren.
Oh, you stupid old fart. You old farthead. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna move.
Congratulations again when we return. David Allen Grier is here.
Still calm. Monica Mangin is back with some fun craft ideas. We'll open up the inbox to hear your comments and questions. And coming up next, David Allen Grier.
Wow.
That's for dance move. That's for... Come on, you stupid son of a bitch. What happened to the vacuum? She's happy. She wants the vacuum. Nice haircut.
Steve is playing for. All right. Okay, Steve, you're playing for a trip for two to the St. James's Club and Villas in Antigua.
Oh God, I thought he was a cowboy. Is he dressed up like Santa? Is that hey? Let me know, chat. Is that San Antonio, Dallas, or Houston that he's dressed in, or Austin? I don't think it's Houston.
All at once.
I don't think it's Houston. His shirt screams Austin, San Antonio, or Dallas. Let me know, and if you do, make sure you like and subscribe to get a free entry into the raffle.
All at once. Fast.
Who wants to win a raffle?
Hey, don't forget on Monday show, Ricky Martin will be there.
Martin, all next week, Live's cooking school is in session with Chef Michael Simon. He's here on Monday with a lesson on how to make pasta like a pro.
That's exciting. So we're going to have cooking lessons all week?
Yeah,
That's
knife
very
skills,
exciting.
okay.
Knife skills.
Yes, a lot of good stuff.
We need to work on
I
our
need
knife
to.
skills. And we have a performance by music group Bush.
Yeah.
All right. He's an award-winning actor. He does it all. Theater, television, and film. Please welcome the very funny and very talented David Allen Grier. So a lot of people did not realize
I bet you that Kelly and Mark don't even say or attempt to say the name of the movie title because of the word that's in it. Because they're
did
so
not
scared.
realize that you were the voice.
I bet Gelman was scared that they were going to say it. He's like, don't say it. I'll lose my job. Yes, we did realize he was the voice at the Oscars. You know how we knew? Is because not only did they tell us and say David Allen Grier, but they showed his face several times, okay? So I don't know why you're saying that. Maybe some people might not know who he is, but they'll recognize his face and be like, that's the Oscars guy. But they don't know him from In Living
The
Color.
very funny and very talented David.
People might not know he was the voice. Yeah. I think Jimmy Kimmel even mentioned him by name. And then they showed him backstage.
So
Yes.
a lot of people did not realize, I did not realize, that you were the voice of the Academy Award ceremony.
Yes.
Well done. You did an
man.
amazing job.
Was that very exciting for you?
I didn't even know it was a job. I didn't. And Jimmy Kimmel, who's an old friend,
Yeah, he's great.
he texted me and he said, "Would you like to be the voice of the Oscars?" And my response was, "How many tickets I get?" So I said, "Yeah, man. You know, I was available, and it was awesome. It was really great, man."
And so did you have to announce everything live?
Well, some of the stuff I pre-recorded,
Right.
but all of the awards that were live, you got to announce because they don't know who the winner
Right,
is.
of course.
And it was high pressure, but it was fun.
Right.
You had to press a button. Then you talk. If your finger comes off the button, then it's like, and the button can come up back. After you announce, you got to let go of the button, or else they're going to hear you go, Bueller Brown. Woo, that was wild. So there was a woman next to me, pushing me, poking me, grabbing my finger, punching me.
That was really scary.
It was fun.
David, listen, since I have you here,
Yes, sir.
I'll never hear my voice with an award. Will you do one for me as
I will.
Mark, my name with my name in it? Can I-
Now I'm going to set the stage.
Okay, do it.
This is the Oscar audience.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Should I go sit in the audience?
Go sit in the audience. And we're in a box. We're in a trailer.
Hold on.
At least he admits he's never going to be nominated for
First
an
of all,
Oscar.
he has to get on stage before we move on.
Yes.
That's his job.
We've already got the commercial break.
Now listen, which one's my wife? Which one's my wife?
The ugly one.
With your wife.
You have two wives. Sir, you have two wives.
No, I'm sorry. Now here's how it goes. And the nominees are Johnny Jones. We spoke to him. Lucy Franklin.
This cameraman fucked up.
And Mark. We're in a trailer. We have the sheet of possibilities. Then you have the phonetic pronunciation of each name. Now, as we got to each award, I said, please do not let the winner be Vajaslaslav Ugamongo. Please be a name that I can pronounce.
Kelly's
And
like,
they
that's
say
an
the winner
African name. I
is
have to laugh now.
Mark Consuelo.
That's not true because. But this is inaccurate because David Allen Grier didn't announce the nominees and he didn't announce the winner. The nominees were announced by a woman's voice and the award. David Allen Grier said, "Coming up after the break, who will take home the award for best cinematography and former seventh runner-up for best supporting actor for a daytime Emmy, Mark Consuelos is here to present best dog shit in a motion picture. Coming up after the commercial break, who will take home the big award for best director? But first, former daytime Emmy seventh runner-up Mark Consuelos will present best dog turd in a movie." Like, that's what he'll say. He doesn't. So this is totally inaccurate. This is really a waste, too. The cinematographer messed it up. They're not even doing something that he did.
Be a name that I can pronounce.
That's not even the voice you want.
And they say the winner is Mark Consuelo.
But he doesn't say it. Kelly Ripa, if anything,
Now wait,
if anything, you would need Kelly to come up and say, and the nominees are. And then David Allen Grier could say the nominees, and then Kelly would say, and the Oscar goes to Mark Consuelos. And then David would say, this is Mark Consuelos' first nomination for best douchebag in a terrible comedy, and his overall third appearance in a Kelly Ripa production. He first appeared in a douchebag film in 1993's Dumb Mexican. Or The Mexican, starring Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts. Which is something terrible. And this
comes to the stage, here's what you hear. Never winning. This is his first Oscar for Lil Johnny Dinkums as the co-assistant director.
That's not even funny.
Thank you.
Now we got to edit.
That was a thrill.
I said, this is the moment where Mark actually thinks he won something.
Now, the one thing, if the person is moving fast, they would cut the copy.
Right.
If you're taking a long time, then they go, Mark Consuelo is 37 years old.
Right.
He spent most of his summers in New Jersey. Mark likes softball. And they keep going on and on to get you to the stage.
And you brought your daughter as your date to the event.
Yes, I did.
She looked beautiful, by the way.
She did.
How much money do you spend a month on raising her, just in tampons and maxi pads alone? Because for me, it was hell with my daughter. She used them all too.
You brought your
because
daughter.
of the size of my body and the fact you could see my ribs and my small breasts. I reached menopause at 37.
As your date to the event.
Yes, I did.
She looked beautiful, by the way.
She did.
So lovely.
She did. I love her. She just turned 16. And when Lulu was a little girl, she came home the day after the Oscars.
And she said, Daddy, I know you're at the Oscars. She said, can you take me to the Oscars? Because she saw a picture of him in a magazine or a newspaper at an after Oscars party, but she didn't know that it was an after Oscars party. So she saw her dad probably in a picture with someone holding an Oscar. And he said, I wasn't at the Oscars. And she said, well, I saw you and I know you're lying. And so the story is, she said, can you take me to the Oscars? And he said, no problem. Here's what you need to do. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to write a movie script, to write a screenplay, all right, and make it good. Get some talented actors to commit to playing in it, and raise about $2 or $3 million to produce it, and make sure it's good enough to be nominated. And there you go. That's the whole story. I've heard it a million times. These people, they go tell the same story for 50 different times to 50 different people.
Just turned 16.
50 different shows and podcasts.
Lulu was a little girl. She came home the day after the Oscars, and she said, Daddy, you went to the Oscars last night. And I said, no, I was at a party. She said, no, you went to the Oscars because my friend said they saw you on TV at the Oscars. And I was like, anyway, next year, I want you to take me to the Oscars. I said, fine. All you got to do is get a movie, raise $4 or $5 million to produce the movie. It's got to be a good part. I got to get nominated. Then we can go to the Oscars. Exactly. So anyway, it was great to take her and walk the press line. I think she had a ball.
You know what's going to be funny is prom's really going to suck after that.
Any points I can get in, I am there.
Listen, so our boy goes to Michigan. We know you're a Michigan grad. You're a Michigan grad. Yes. And they actually, when they're trying to sell the program, the drama department, David Grier is.
Oh, yeah, you're prominent.
I apologize.
No,
you tell them that we're boys.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Now, Mark.
You recently went back, though, yeah?
Yes, I did. I recently went back. I was going to say, Mark and I raced in the Toyota Grand Prix.
Yes.
It has to be 20 years ago, right?
And maybe more.
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't have any kids. I wasn't married.
No, I had one kid. I had one kid because he came to the race. Well, Michael came with my dad.
I don't remember, but
he was little, he's a baby.
But yeah.
I know Mark. We used to race cars.
It was fun.
Now, was your son impressed?
He was 5 or 6.
Oh.
No, not really.
Oh, impressed with Michigan.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Because I heard that your son was a wrestler, and I was like, oh, well, we're probably not going to have any interaction.
Yeah, no, he's in the drama department.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The athletes, when I was there, lived in one dorm. And I was dating a girl in that dorm. And every time I would try and get in that dorm, that was like 500 big brothers that were blocking. So,
you mean black people? And they were blacking? What's blacking? Right now, Gelman's like sweating profusely. Skellman's like, oh my God, no. He's like chugging his like warm water. I should have put this in
that dorm.
He's
that
thinking, he's like, I should have put this in the fridge.
like 500 big brothers.
Yeah.
That were blocking. So it was very.
It's still the same. They have that athlete's dorm, but then after their freshman year, they can move into off-campus housing.
We did. Well,
I'm sure it was the same way when you were there.
Yes, I loved it. I went back and I spoke to the kids there. It's something I had done a while ago. I love doing it when our schedules mesh, and I really enjoyed it, man. So great.
All right, we need to take a break. But when we return, David tells us about his latest film. Stick around.
Still ahead live. Monica Mangin gets crafty with us.
You can feel it when your dream becomes a pursuit.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. No.
Any points I can get in, I am there.
Right. Listen, so our boy goes to Michigan. We know you're Michigan grad. You're a Michigan grad. Yes. And they actually, when they're trying to sell the program, the drama department, David Grier is.
Oh, yeah, you're prominent.
Yes, well, I'm a recruiter, let us say. I am a magical Negro.
Yes.
So
I don't think I can say that.
Return policy.
Hooligan, the water visitor.
But you're not from Philly, you're from Jersey, plus you're Italian.
you I get, but I want to take you to a job interview.
Oh, no, I don't know anything about bartending.
Second job. You need money, right?
I need a yarn store to change its return policy. Send it to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the pay is good.
What is it exactly?
Officially, it's a client services firm, but unofficially, we saving the damn world.
Episodes in the American Society of Magical Negroes, which is a satirical comedy.
It's a satire, it's a comedy, it's a romantic comedy, it's a comment on our society, all of that stuff.
Can you explain the premise a little bit?
Yes, well, I'm a recruiter, let us say. I am a magical Negro.
Yes.
So I see this young artist, played by Justice Smith, struggling. He's got this yarn art, is not succeeding.
Okay.
But I see a lot of myself in him. So I first recruit him to become a magical Negro in our society. And basically, magical Negroes go around and, they do the Jedi. Anytime there's a racial conflict or whatever, we go, boop, now everybody's nice again. so that's the basic premise.
Like Men in Black, except for making you forget what you just saw in case you ran into an alien. Anytime something goes bad, you make it right. So like Shaquille O'Neal would be a magical Negro. Like you go around, like people are struggling, you just sit there and give him money, or you call in some favors.
But I see a lot of myself in him. So I first recruit him.
And you work for with a group of people that help young, struggling, oppressed Black people thrive and achieve their goals when they're in a certain situation where they're not being successful because of the color of their skin. So his yarn store isn't doing good, but you want to hire him, and in exchange for hiring him, not only will you give him a salary where you're going to hire him as a recruit, it's almost like a pyramid scheme, but you hire him, and in exchange, all of a sudden, all the magical Negroes in this big group are going to start going to your store, spending money, spreading the word. One of the magical Negroes owns a newspaper. He's going to put you in the newspaper. All of a sudden, now you're going to be nationally known. You're going to make money. And we're going to pay you a salary, but you have to work for us and basically be a recruit and pay it forward and help find other Negroes that need our help that are deserving. Not like, criminals, murderers, rapists, drug dealers, molesters, kidnappers, none of that stuff. No fentanyl producers, just good hard workers that aren't catching a break because of their color of their skin in an oppressed society. That's what I figured.
Struggling.
He's got this yarn art, is not succeeding.
Okay.
But I see a lot of myself in him. So I first recruit him to become a magical Negro in our society. And basically, magical Negroes go around and, they do the Jedi. anytime there's a racial conflict or whatever, we go, boop. Now everybody's nice again. So that's the basic premise, of course.
Pulling off the impossible.
Exactly. I'm needed. Always.
Yes, you are needed.
But one of the things happens. There's one rule, and what is that? We never fall in love with the client. What does he do?
Falls in love with the client.
He almost brings
Thanks for
down the whole
spoiling
thing.
it.
I mean, I'm picturing the script in my mind. You must have loved as like page 1.
It was crazy.
Why? Because
It
he's
was
black?
crazy. I mean, I like any script.
The script in my mind, you must have loved as like page 1.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was.
Why? Because he's black?
I mean, I'm picturing the script in my mind. You must have loved as like page 1.
Why? Because he's black?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, I like any script that I'm not ahead of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the book where you start reading page 7, you go, I know what's going to happen. The house is going to burn down. They're going to fall in love. Then they're going to come out of love. Then somebody's going to come out of the closet. Somebody's going to go to rehab. Boom, boom. So, this is one script that was so unique that I said immediately, tell me about the director. Is this person white or black? Black. Is this director seasoned or new? It's a first-time director and a first-time writer. And I say white or black because the title is American Society of Magical Negroes. Now, if a young white dude wrote it, that means I'm going to have to spend 6 to 8 weeks explaining to them. So anyway, it's great. And I love working with the next generation because they're new.
Yeah.
They're unsullied. They're everything that young kids are. No fear, no restraints.
Not jaded
Why
yet.
can't we?
And also so lucky to work with someone like you who is such a good shepherd of people. And, you know,
it's funny you say that because one of my secret missions, you know, when I work with young actors or actresses, people new to the industry, I want to show them how the industry should be. You know what I mean? So I don't go in there trying to say, you're not doing it right. I'll show you how to do it. I immediately try to give the director, my co-stars, the respect that they deserve, and also this is how it should be. So that that's what I call subversive mentoring. So
Subversive mentoring.
I don't tell them, but I just do it.
yeah.
Well,
guess
we love
what?
having you here.
Thank you, man.
Please come back soon.
Thank
The
you.
American Society of Magical Negroes today. All right, so coming up next, we're going to get crafty. Stick around.
Monday Live from the new series Palm Royale. Ricky Martin.
This is your reminder to thank.
It's a movie script that is not predictable at all. Oh, God, they're so cute.
Band's $3.99.
And if you close your eyes, I will say hello. Monica Mangin wearing those sweaters. You know, I thought that the ugly Christmas sweater thing was over with. Why is she wearing one? I didn't know there was a such thing as an ugly Easter sweater.
Muy bien. It felt good to see my mom's face. She was very proud.
That's how talented Monica Mangin is. She makes her own ugly spring cleaning sweaters.
And fun crafts for the whole family is our talented.
Oh, my God. Ugh, look at this sweater. This is for Easter already. Fuck Easter. Easter sucks.
Welcome back. Today we're getting crafty, and here with some easy and fun crafts for the whole family is our talented friend, Monica Mangin. Hey. What's happening here?
I I would pay $700 for this at Marnie. Okay,
It's just a macaroni necklace, but
that
it does look cute.
BS. This looks like art. It's so
cute.
pretty.
So macaroni necklaces, I feel like it's like the quintessential craft you do growing up as a kid.
Mhm.
But the way we did these to make them look a little better is just the paint colors we chose. Okay,
Right.
so I'm even literally wearing a macaroni bracelet on live TV.
It's so
Hey, you
chic.
can. It's so chic, but it's also really fun, and this is good for younger kids too. It's really good for their dexterity. So
I
take
tell you, Easter is one of the most boring holidays and terrible holidays. All my memories of Easter are me just like eating frozen leftover Christmas food in incredibly uncomfortable clothes. And I didn't even go to church, but they're making me dress like I did. And I'm trying to watch like a baseball game, like over a bunch of like people that are talking about the 60s and the 70s and Nixon this, Nixon that, and if Nixon and if RFK didn't get shot. And I'm like trying to just see like if, you know, Ricky Henderson is going to like hit a home run to lead off the game. Right? I don't like hard-boiled eggs. All the colors are terrible colors. You know, the kids go on an Easter egg hunt. You know, even when I was a kid, I said, okay, well, at least I got dominated this. But then the adults, you like walk out of the back, you walk out into the backyard, you open the patio door, and within like 2 steps, there's like 9 Easter eggs in like a humongous like 10-gallon flower pot. And it's like, come on, guys, let's make it a little harder. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, you go out there, there's like 45 eggs scattered all over like a dirt path. And it's like, they're right on the sidewalk. At least hide them in the bush. You just put them on their sidewalk. And then they're like, good job, Kevin. Good job. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. The only thing I like about Easter as an adult is that now I'm allowed to get drunk in front of the adults. Whereas I was at sneaking when I was a kid. And when I get to be a part of hiding the Easter eggs. Because trust me, you won't find them with me. I'm putting them in birds' nests, up in trees. I got them like hidden. I like cover them with dirt. And I'm like saying, hey, you guys got to look everywhere. You know what I mean? I'll put them in the gutter, but there'll be like a ladder with a sign that's put with an arrow pointing up that says, yo, might be eggs up there, might not. Someone said I should put a mattress in case they fall. I said, well, then no. Then what's the fun in that? That takes all the difficulty out of it. I used to make my Easter egg hunts like a fucking American Gladiator's Obstacle Course. Fucking just, you know, putting like a fucking, you know, putting an Easter egg like right on top, like putting an Easter egg like right on top of a bird bath. Like obvious to get, and I'd be up on the roof with a fucking with a super soaker filled with bleach, like a big fucking gun shooting fucking 100-mile tennis balls at their face, trying to get the egg. Yeah, that's right. Get that shit. You know what I mean? I get a fucking ostrich egg. I'll be like, yo, there's an ostrich egg in there. If you get it, it's worth $100, but you got to fucking swing on this Tarzan rope and like you got to jump over the neighbor's yard into like I put a big ass egg on like the neighbor's dog house. You know, and make them swing over they make them grab a rope and swing over the fence to get it. Like, I was all into that shit. You want me to make your kids work for your eggs.
So pretty.
So macaroni necklaces.
Because if they don't learn from a young age to work for their eggs, then boys are just going to think that having sex is that much easier to attain when they're older.
I feel like it's like the quintessential craft you do growing up as a kid. But the way we did these to make them look a little better is just the paint colors we chose. Okay,
Right.
so I'm even literally wearing a macaroni bracelet on live TV.
It's so
Hey, you
chic.
can. It's so chic, but it's also really fun. And this is good for younger kids too. It's really good for their dexterity. So to take time to paint them,
interesting.
string them on. Really fun craft, simple. And I mean, honestly, you could wear
Kinda
this.
great.
I
Yeah,
feel like
kinda
I
great.
might need to, Oscar's outfit. There we
Yeah,
go.
Oscar outfit. And then we're going to wear macaroni necklaces. next
Macaroni
year.
necklaces. Super nice. Okay. This is another fun one, but also looks elevated. So this is balloon art. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take the little balloons.
Yeah.
You're going to dab them in paint. You can mix a few colors. And then you're going to offload a little bit of paint here onto this paper, just so that it's not too much.
Okay.
Kind of offload together.
Okay.
All right, just dab it until you feel like, oh, all right, you're getting it down. And then we have little canvases here. And what you'll do is you're just going to make a grid. So do them on this canvas too. That's kind
Okay.
of your practice one.
Okay.
What's really great about this is it's fun for kids. It's easy. It's mixing colors. But then you put it in a frame and you're like, oh, modern art. This could totally go on the wall
Wow,
at
this is
home,
great.
right?
It's actually really good.
It's really great. I
Another fun little tip, we didn't do it for these two, is to have your kids sign things. The one down in front has a little signature, and suddenly it feels super elevated.
Yes.
All right?
Okay.
So you can drop your balloons.
What's next?
All right, so you get a lot
Still making art.
Still making art. All right, you get a lot of random kids' art that comes home, right? So you guys can watercolor a bit if you want.
Okay.
Sometimes you're like, what do we do with these pieces? You don't really want to throw them away.
You feel bad.
You feel
throwing them
guilty.
away.
So here's a fun little idea. You would print out a picture of your child as a little kid. This isn't my child. This is Kelly.
This is me as a child.
As a child, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to paste the picture of them onto the art and write out some facts about them.
That's
so that
awesome.
Time printing.
Oh.
I am Kelly. I live in New Jersey. I love to dance.
And suck
I love
goldfish.
goldfish. True. I do not like glitter. I want to.
My husband has a small penis. My children are not that smart, and I have no breasts.
True. I do not like
I got a double mastectomy at the age of 11.
glitter. I want to write a book someday.
Very
That's
simple
great.
little facts
That's
about
really great. So then,
Oh, look at that. That's Kelly when she was younger.
go back and look at
You can
that.
go back. It's also a really great one to mail to like grandma.
I can tell you for sure, fifth grade fill in the blanc would be definitely trying to go to second base on that little ironing board. Maybe third if I was drunk.
Very
That's
simple
great.
little facts
That's
about
really great. So then go back and look at
You can
that.
go back. It's also a really great one to mail to like grandma and grandpa too. Like, hey, here's some art. There
By
you
the
go.
way, I'm 35 in this photo.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm not. Okay.
Really
what's
good
next?
idea.
This is my favorite kid hack. So you guys can do some abstract art for me
Okay.
right now. So say your child, like little Tommy, let's say he painted this piece of art, and you're like,
Okay.
That's pretty good.
no, it kind of looks terrible. I mean, it's like, oh, cute,
It's
great.
cute.
But if you pull off the border that we created with tape, all right, so look,
Yeah.
I'm pulling off this border right here, and now all of a sudden,
It looks chic.
it looks chic. And
That
Tommy
does
is
look
an
good.
artist. Okay? So here's a few examples that really just kids painting, but with the little border around it and a little signature. I mean, you could sell it for $1 million.
But you made that, right?
I made that.
Of course you
So
did.
all you need is a little painter's tape around it. Yeah. So in a minute we'll have to pull those off.
Okay,
Mark's
yeah.
gonna look at me.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mark's is going to look like a hot mess.
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Are we
so-
going to catch the leprechaun?
We're gonna catch the leprechaun. Sunday is St. Patrick's Day. A really fun tradition with kids is to create a leprechaun trap. And the idea is if you catch the leprechaun, they have to grant you a wish. And they will grant you a wish. So the tip here is just gather up supplies that you have around the house. These are made with tissue boxes,
Okay.
just glue, tape, little, look to the kitchen, straws, bamboo. If you put out supplies for kids, just let them get creative with it. This is a really fun one.
Do they make shiny pipe cleaners
They
now?
do, yeah. No glitter there, just shine.
Just shine. This is amazing.
Fun, right?
I love this. All right, coming up next, Monica's going to show us a craft trend that will elevate everyday items in your home. When we come back, stick around.
Tune in all next week on Live when Live's Cooking School is in session. We start off on Monday with a lesson in how to make pasta like a pro with Chef Michael Simon.
I've been dying to take up bridge. We
Said
learned
no one ever.
Here's my plan. We learn bridge. The next phase is you move to Palm Springs.
Next Live, Palm Royale's Ricky Martin.
No, thank you.
Bush performs.
No, thank you.
Smoking Dave, maybe.
Not interested in watching Ricky Martin star in a cheap ripoff of White Lotus. Whoever these people are, they're trying to. It's probably another streaming network that is trying to capitalize off the success of White Lotus and make their generic RC to White Lotus's Coca-Cola Classic. No, thank you. Like this video if you think Palm Royal sucks and they're just trying to rip off White Lotus and make a generic version to insult the television audience. Like and subscribe if you agree with me.
All right, welcome back. We're crafting with Monica Mangin. What's next?
Did you make these?
Yes, so they're just taper candles are having a moment. You find them everywhere right now.
We've got a ton of these.
A ton of these.
Right.
They're very inexpensive, but you can actually paint them to look like this. And you're just using simple craft paint. So what I recommend doing to get a good look right away is to use painter's tape.
Okay.
So Mark, take some paint there. You can just paint in between, and then you'll peel off the tape, and you end up with these great looking ones. I suggest doing like thick bands, thin bands.
Watching Mark do this is my favorite.
The way you're holding the paintbrush is interesting. Yeah, it's definitely, it's artistic, it's creative. And you can't do creativity wrong. So another thing that you can do, little dots on this one, really elevated it fun. And there's also alcohol ink, and that will give you more of like a painterly look to it. And for those ones, you use sponges. So I'll show you. I'll put a little bit in here.
Okay.
And then you can take this little felt and just rub it all over, and you'll see it really can elevate and change the look of just basic candles.
Really cool.
Yeah, so you can paint with it, and you can do lighter, darker.
Oh, I see. So it's more like a watercolor.
Yeah, way more watercolor. Now, one little tip for this is if you paint some masterpiece candle like
That's
Mark.
a masterpiece.
Once it's a masterpiece.
If you rip it off.
You rip off the tape. And then if it was a masterpiece like that you wanted to save forever, you could spray it with a sealant. The only tip here is if you spray it with a sealant, then you don't want to burn it. But otherwise, with the craft paint, you can totally burn it. But that masterpiece might need to be kept forever.
Okay, so take us over here now.
Okay, so these are mosaic frames. Look how cute we are.
So pretty.
Look at that, right?
I love that.
Okay, mosaic is something really fun. It can be, it's almost like, we like a paint by number, a color by number. So here's some glue. And when you're mosaicing, you can use little tiles like this, which we got at the craft store. A whole bag was like $5. Or you can get creative. You can use little stones. You could use buttons. You could actually use macaroni. All you have to do is attach them on with the glue, and then you can buy a little container of grout like this at the home improvement store or craft store, and you just grout over it, and you're left with something. This also makes a really great gift. Right?
You can use like beach glass too. Right?
Oh, you could totally use sea glass. Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
And this is just like a nice, repetitive, meditative kind of thing.
It really is. Yeah.
All right, what's our last one?
Last but not least, these are paper vases. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler. We have just patterned paper.
Okay.
And
I'm not a big fan of hanging out with adults. If I am going to hang out with adults, let me tell you, the thing that, I don't really care about titles about, oh, "101, great. I don't care about titles like friends, acquaintance, colleague, partner, BFF. If I'm going to hang out with an adult, it's going to be just hanging out with someone that I enjoy spending time with and I have fun with, and I feel like they can make me a better person for a little bit or vice versa. I like to ruin people sometimes too. But you know what I like? What determines whether I hang out with someone, and if they're going to be whatever you might call a friend, it's the activities we do. I like hanging out with adults that when we get together, we do things that we used to do as kids. If you used to watch cartoons, let's watch cartoons and eat cereal. You like to watch a wrestling, or you like to sing songs or listen to music, put on a record, let's do that. You know what I mean? I wasn't really into cartoons. If you like to watch cartoons, I wasn't really into them. I mean, I liked He-Man and Transformers and Thundercats and a lot of stuff that was around, right? She-Ra was my first girlfriend till I was impotent. She's also the one that made me realize I was impotent at a young age. But I at around 5, I started transitioning into wrestling and sports and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I would watch Bugs Bunny and stuff and all those Looney Tunes when I was at my aunt or uncle's house, or a babysitter would just turn it on. It's just what was on TV. That's what you watched. Didn't have a lot of options. 7 a.m. on a Saturday, watch Bugs Bunny. Watch the hunter try to shoot, the duck with the funny voice. But I didn't even like that. That's just what I watched because that's what they put me there. But I would more get up and go watch my babysitter make silver dollar pancakes or scrambled eggs, or just sit in the kitchen and listen to her talk on the phone. I didn't want to watch the Wile E. Coyote chasing around the Roadrunner. You know what I mean? After a while, you get it. He's never gonna get the Roadrunner, and he's always gonna get hurt. All right, I get it. Tom is never gonna catch Jerry. The cat's never gonna catch the mouse. I've seen this one. Even at a young age, I was already tuning out to predictable television. All right. I'd rather gossip. I mean, my babysitter was one of the original Real Housewives. The Real Housewives of Trailer Park C would have been the name of her blog if there were blogs back then. You know what I mean? And if we have to do adult things, like say it's like, oh, it's Easter. Easter's coming up. You know, and my brother's coming over and he's got the kids. And then like, oh, my neighbor's coming over and they got like the kids. They got their youngest kids and their oldest kid has a kid. And there's going to be all these kids running around. So we have to like go shopping and buy like an Easter egg coloring kit and paint and brushes and dyes. And we need to like paint candles, pink and blue and yellow and, you know, all the pastels that everyone knows. That is the most boring shit in the world. If we're going to have to do that as adults, like if we have to do adult stuff like that, then there better be weed and alcohol that comes along with it. Not weed or alcohol, both weed and alcohol. Because that way, it at least is more reminiscent of what I did as a kid. Right? Because at least that way, it's fun and tolerable. Right? It has to be at least weed and alcohol for me to be able to tolerate doing adult stuff like prepping an Easter egg hunt for kids with you, right? There has to be at least weed and alcohol because remember, like I said, if I'm hanging out with adults, I want to do the same things that I did when I was a kid. There has to be weed and alcohol, not weed or alcohol, weed and alcohol, because remember I said I only like to do things with adults that I did when I was a kid. You should have seen my crazy ass eggs. I was sitting there. They always wonder why I drink so much water. Like, man, he loves his water. It's like, that's not water. That's Zambuca. I was sitting there drinking Zambuca, throwing eggs against the wall. They're like, wow, he's really passionate. They put me on pills. It's like, I don't need pills. I need the Sam Kinison treatment. They're like, wow, he's so passionate. Yeah, like Sam Kinison. They tried to put me on pills. I don't need pills. I said, I don't need pills. I need an EpiPen. That didn't even make sense. All right. That's enough of that crap.
Last but not least, these are paper vases. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler. We have just patterned paper.
Okay.
And we are using toilet paper rolls. Okay. You're going to fill the inside of the toilet paper roll with a little bit of floral foam. And you just pop it into the paper. You can cut them in any shape that you want. Pop it on the inside. Okay. Hidden. Stick in your flowers. And you have a little paper vase. But together, they look really cute.
You know, my grandmother...
Wow. That's really great.
Those are cool, right?
My grandmother used to do this, but she would do it with, she would take the, like, I don't know how she did it, but like an egg, like an emptied out egg.
Oh, the actual shell. Yes.
And she would paint the egg shell and then
that's the next level of crafting.
Yeah, I don't know how she did it, but that's what she did.
Easy. What you do is you poke a little hole in the egg with like a paper clip on both ends, one on the top, one on the bottom, and then you have to be delicate, but you put the one hole in your mouth. She must have been good at fellatio because you put the one hole in your mouth and then you blow, and you blow all the egg and all the yolk out of the bottom hole. Now, maybe you shake it up, so try to scramble it or something, but you blow it all out, and you're able to blow it all out through the little hole, and then you have the shell. Now, you have to be delicate, but you should be able to very gently paint the outside of the shell, but that's how you get all the insides out. So there you fucking go. Guess I know more than you, Kelly. Ooh, Haley.
Paint the egg shell.
And Mario.
That's the next level of crafting.
Yeah,
your grandma was
She
talented.
did it, but that's what she would do.
Amazing. You can totally paint on these.
Your grandma was a genius. Yeah. Like my balls.
That's amazing. You can totally paint on these,
Thank you so much.
These are great.
All right, for these ideas and more, visit our website, livewithkellymark.com. Coming up next, we're going to open up that inbox. Stick around.
Know more about anything you see online, log on to our website at livewithkellyandmark.com.
Forever.
Welcome to the inbox, everyone, and I caution you to hide your children, put your animals away, Gelman just ran over here and handed me this. He thought this was a public service announcement.
Yeah, from a nurse.
From a nurse. Mary from Bow, New Hampshire says, "Hi, Mark. I'm an RN.
Okay.
You mentioned allergies earlier this week. Sneezing without a known cause can be that you are thinking about sex."
I think it was allergies. I think it was allergies.
You always think about sex, you pervert.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. This is Brienne from Macomb, Michigan. The future of wrestling. Leo just ended his first year of wrestling here in Michigan. He's 5 years old and he loves it. Congratulations, Leo. Great sport. Keep going.
Hey, Caitlin from Uniontown, Ohio said, "Hello. My parents' 46th wedding anniversary is April 22nd. My dad got tickets for my mom and himself for your show that day. I'm sure you hear this often, but my mom is a huge fan of Kelly and Mark. She watches daily and also makes sure to let her adult children know what the scoop is. My parents saw Kelly in Michigan for her book tour in 2022 and had a great time. She's such a big fan. Her son gifted her a shirt with multiple pictures of Kelly on it. If you can please give her a little shout out. We're trying to convince her to wear it for the show."
All right. We'll be
Well,
right
we'll
back.
see you in April.
If you love watching our show from home, now's your chance to see it live and in person. You can check out all the stars, be part of the show, and maybe even win a prize. Exclusive. Don't miss out on all the fun. Visit our website and get your tickets for Live with Kelly and Mark now.
Spin.
Instantly. Only from Intuit TurboTax.
A wolf in the wild and your dog both share a hunger for meat. Satisfy that desire with high-protein, meat-rich Blue Wilderness.
Hi, I'm Tony Hawk, and like many of you, I take a statin to reduce cholesterol. But statins can also deplete CoQ10 levels. That's why my doctor recommended Cunol CoQ10. Cunol, the brand I trust.
Travel Trivia is here, and this season, Live wants you to win big. You can win the vacation of a lifetime. Entering is easy. Online at livewithkellyandmark.com or by mail. For mail entries, send us a postcard with your full name, address, date of birth, photo, signed on-air release, and daytime number where you can be reached between the hours of 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. Eastern Time to Live Trivia 2, P.O. Box 6429, Burbank, California, 91510. You can be randomly called and ask a trivia question about a previous show. Answer correctly and you could be a winner. So what are you waiting for? Enter Live's Travel Trivia game today.
We've now reached our destination.
Owing Mills, Maryland said our monthly lunches. My friend's 87-year-old mom can't stop talking about her crush on Mark Consuelos. Who doesn't have a crush on Mark Consuelos? I don't know a single person. So we gifted her an I Love Stomp Mark mug along with 47 facts about Mark. Now every time she sips her coffee, she spills the tea.
Oh.
As you can see by the photo, she's over the moon happy. Now Gelman whispered in my ear that he...
Like, interesting fact number 73, Mark was measured at having a 3.2-inch penis at the age of 37. And that's connected to fact number 78, which is, did you know that Mark is not the real father of Kelly's children? That distinction goes to Saved by the Bell's Mario Lopez, whom Kelly had sex with 85 times between 1994 and 1997.
Coffee, she spills the tea.
Plus an additional 10 times while Mark was on vacation, cheating on her with Rita Moreno and Betty White at the same time.
As you can see by the photo, she's over the moon happy. Now, Gelman whispered in my ear that he too is coffee, she spills the tea. As you can see by the photo, she's over the moon happy. Now, Gelman whispered in my ear that he too is working on his own version of an I Love Stump Mark mug.
Just like the t-shirt, we may have an I Love Stump Mark mug at the bottom.
I like it.
You really
Revolutionized this whole thing.
revolutionized our merch shop, Mark. It's unbelievable.
Linda from Cape Netick, Maine says, hi, I won the trip to Cabo San Lucas on Mexico on December 5th, 2022. Was finally able to go this past week. We had an awesome time. We went on a whale watch. While there, we saw humpback whales.
Wow.
Such a thrill. Thank you so much.
Incredible.
Good for her.
Well, guys, don't forget on Monday's show, Ricky Martin will be here.
And we're going to learn how to cook the perfect pasta with Chef Michael Simon.
And the rock band Bush performs. Have a great weekend and happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Everyone loves a little Bush. This is what Mark's. This is what Mark was thinking.
Ricky Martin will be here.
And we're going to learn how to cook the perfect pasta with Chef Michael Simon.
And the rock band Bush performs. Have a great weekend.
What's that? I guess I'm kind of curious, like.
Greg Dutra and Heisel.
Oh wait, how does he say the name? Is she taking over for Cheryl when Cheryl goes to like work for ABC National?
Meteorologists Cheryl Scott, Larry Mowry, Tracy Buck.
Or maybe they hired Heisel to take over because they know Cheryl plans on having a kid, so they're prepping her now. So when Cheryl's going to take maternity leave in like, whatever, a year and a half, she might take the whole pregnancy off. Not just like maybe she's going to choose like I don't want to work while I'm pregnant. I'm just the minute I'm like 2 months or 3 months I'm gone, and I'll take a sacrifice and pay because she doesn't want people to know what she looks like
Cheryl
when
Scott,
she's fat.
Larry Mowry, Tracy Butler, Greg Dutra, and Heisel Martinez. Your ABC7 AccuWeather team of Eyewitness News.
This is Steve and Samantha Mallman. They know nursing home negligence is a problem, and the nursing homes, they're proving it. Understaffing, preventable falls, unreported injuries. Steve and his team work to uncover the truth about what really happened. This is the Mallman Law number. Anytime you call, their team will answer, because their fight to end nursing home negligence is never over. But justice for your loved one? That's a good beginning. Mallman Law. We know what matters most.
From AFib not caused by a heart valve problem.
We're going for a better treatment than warfarin. Eliquis. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding. Over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke.
Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking.
All right, guys, that's the end of season 2, episode
I love
136.
We'll clear the air, set the record straight. Drake did not invent twerking. I did. And it's called booty shaking. I look at when the women came out in that Donahue audience.
I know, right?
It is a remarkable thing. And when you think about now, there were groups that tried to ban Megan Thee Stallion and
Uncle Luke Campbell and Nikki Biles about Freaknik, Little John. Oh, this is interesting. All right, well, that's the end of, season 2, episode 136 from March 15th, I guess I'm going to say. It is March 15th, you dumb motherfucker. I'm talking to myself. All right, well, rest in peace, Tamron Hall. And go get that new Luke album. Your kids will love it. All right, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed everything, especially my butthole. Nothing like a fudge waterfall to covet thine own soul. That's a verse from the Bible. Book of Dick Head. See you later. Like